Every once in a while, an epic movie comes along and blows away our expectations. Whether it's the pulse-pounding adrenaline of Die Hard, the white-knuckled suspense of Air Force One,
Get off my plane.
or the gritty, unapologetically violent action of John Wick, these movies stay with us for a lifetime and leave us wanting more. Flight Risk is not one of those movies. I wanted to like this flick. I really did. I mean, it's a Mel Gibson directed action thriller starring Mark Wahlberg. How bad could it be, right? Right? The answer? Pretty damn bad. Be warned, there are a few spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen this movie and plan on wasting your money, checking it out, go ahead and do that now, and then come on back to this video and tell me what you thought. For the rest of us, let's crack on, shall we? Acting. Sure, it might not be the easiest job, but in this movie, it comes across like something out of a first-year film school production. First, there's Mark Wahlberg playing the antagonist and essentially titular character. Of course, Mark Wahlberg being Mark Wahlberg, you know exactly what you're gonna get, and his is arguably the best performance of this whole thing. His choice to shave his head for this role might be a little Stanislavski, but hey, actors, what are you gonna do? His portrayal of an unhinged, sadistic hitman is suitably creepy, and the result is a violently unpredictable and unsettling character. Far less impressive is actress Michelle Dockery's portrayal of the intrepid U.S. Marshal and alleged hero of the film. Dockery's performance is so one-dimensional and wooden. Not only did I not care what happened to her character at any point, but I was also pretty sure she was reading her lines off a cue card. I've never seen her performance in Downton Abbey, but if it was as painfully bad as it was here, my sympathies to the late great Dame Maggie Smith. Finally, we come to Topher Grace, playing a timid, hapless mob accountant turned fugitive, now on his way to trial. Look, I loved that 70s show, and Topher was a big part of that, but his brand of comedy is woefully misplaced in this film. His character is reduced to a whiny, cowardly punchline through most of the movie, and it was so annoying that I found myself wishing the balding hitman would just hurry up and finish the job. Worst of all, character actions make no sense. You have a U.S. Marshal who absolutely refuses to use deadly force on Mark Wahlberg's character, even after being attacked multiple times. A mob accountant who's squeamish around violence, and a hitman who fails to properly cover his tracks or tie up loose ends with any urgency. And don't even get me started on how this movie plays around with physics. This movie bends the laws of physics more than an episode of The Dukes of Hazzard. I'm no pilot, but I'm pretty sure planes don't plow through a snowdrift and then just keep flying. The biggest offender is, of course, the screenplay, which felt like a first draft written by ChatGPT. One-dimensional characters, convenient plot points, inexplicable actions, half-developed backstories, and wildly obscure character motivations made for one mess of a story. And don't let the movie's Rotten Tomatoes score fool you. The halfway decent marks here are simply because, unlike most nonsense coming out of Hollywood, this film wisely avoids identity politics, preaching to its audience, or pushing an agenda that would otherwise turn off your average moviegoer who just wants to be entertained. And that doesn't excuse the lazy writing and subpar acting. And just because you've been eating nothing but 3-day-old tofu doesn't make that stale pizza you're being fed a gourmet meal. Hopefully this is just a speed bump, a fluke in the otherwise flawless lineup of films by the iconic Mel Gibson. Honestly, I expected more from the man who directed epics like Braveheart and The Passion of the Christ, and based on the reaction of the audience in the theater once the credits rolled, so did they. Despite its premise of thrills and suspense, it's painfully obvious that Flight Risk is one movie that should have been grounded. Of course, this is just one nerd's opinion, and now that you heard from me, I want to hear from you. What did you guys think of the flick? Was it worth the money you spent? Was it worth the popcorn? Or is it all just a big mistake and you wish you could take it back? Kinda like me. And as always, don't be afraid to hit that like and subscribe button, and ring that notification bell so when I release another video, you'll be the first to know. Lucky you. I hope you nerds and geeks enjoyed this video. If you didn't enjoy this video, well hey, thanks a lot for sticking around anyway. And until next time, stay nerdy my friends. Take care.